who knows nothing can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast, episode number 120 of the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast in the world. I'm Mike, and with me, as always, is my brother, Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hi.
How's it going?
Dude, it's going good.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I heard you played 10 hours of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yesterday, in one day.
Free-to-play MMO up to level 60. Shadowbringers,
God
whatever
damn
the
it.
fucking thing is people say.
Yeah.
So you're living your best life.
Hell yeah.
I played Mario Golf last night with some friends, so I'm living my best life.
Hell yeah.
But you know who's not living their best life? Kingdom Hearts. Not a lot going on with Kingdom Hearts right now. So this episode,
I mean, the only thing that's going on is like
death.
one of the games are ending.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But before we get into the sad things, I want to talk about a couple different things that are maybe a little more uplifting,
Cool?
maybe a little cool. First of all, I want to shout out somebody that you may have heard of, and you may have heard me shout them out before. And if you follow me on Twitter, you've definitely seen me, and by me, I mean the podcast. If you follow us on Twitter, Jason doesn't use Twitter.
I don't use the fucking Twitter.
You've definitely seen me shout this person out before, but I want to give a shout out to our good friend, the first ever podcast guest we've had, Water Cage.
Major shout outs to this man.
Because Water Cage right now
This legend.
is modding Melody of Memory. He's setting up a tool set so people can make their own custom charts.
Yep.
He's diving into the game and pulling out Stitch animations so we can have him on our stream.
Yeah.
His next goal is to mod the game on PC where there are multiplayer lobbies for Melody of Memory.
This man
This man
is trying to single-handedly save Melody of Memory.
Yes. And on top of that, he's also the author of Kingdom Hearts Rewrite, which is the crowd control mod for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's working
I know you've seen it.
He's working on that for all Kingdom Hearts games. He just has a lot on his plate, but he's doing it all and he's thriving. And I just want to say, if you haven't supported this man anyway by either telling him he's a good boy,
Yeah.
retweeting his stuff,
He likes
checking
that.
out his YouTube, or going on his Patreon,
Yeah.
and you know, there's no like benefit. He doesn't have like tiers and stuff. It's just, hey, if you like the mods I'm making, show some support. I give Water Cage $13 a month of my money.
13.
The faded number, because I think I probably should up it, honestly. The amount of work he's done for us just alone.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna pledge. I'm gonna add the 7 to the 13
Hell yeah, dude.
and create the Keyblade.
The
And I'm gonna
Keyblade.
pledge
He's gonna
$20
pledge
a month to
Keyblade.
Water Cage because he's a juiced individual.
He's a juiced individual.
And you guys should consider, the Patreon link will be in the description. You guys should consider helping our friend out because he's doing a lot of really cool things. And on top of that, he's just the nicest, sweetest boy you can ever meet.
Oh yeah. Actually ripped IRL too.
Yeah, actually shredded, 0.05% body fat. I didn't think that was possible,
Yeah.
but he's just absolutely shredded.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys should go support
He's
him
just
and
a
check out what
juiced
he's
individual.
doing. Because I guarantee at some point, if you haven't already, you're going to be using some sort of mod that he created.
Yeah.
And he's just a juiced individual. So go check him out, please and thank you. Also, Jason kissed him in an Olive Garden.
I may have.
There was tongue.
Mostly.
Mostly tongue. I don't think their lips even touched.
Yeah,
was
is that
just-
even a kiss?
It was just tongue.
Mm.
They're just slapping together.
Yeah, flailing.
Now on to more sad news. As of this recording, the day we're recording this on Tuesday, is the final day of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross on Global.
Yeah.
If you didn't go in and click the button that says save data, your character is lost forever.
In the void.
And when you get to the story mode version, there'll be generic ass character that you can dress up. through the story mode. And by the story mode, I mean the theater story mode.
Yeah, that they come out, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a sad moment in time for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Kind of a sad day. But that's okay, because we're gonna look back on Union Cross for a moment. If you'll give us the time. If you, the audience, will give us the time, we would like to look back on Union Cross a tiny bit. And think about some of our favorite memories of Kingdom Hearts. Jason, do you have not of Kingdom Hearts, of Union Cross?
Union Cross, yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory of Union Cross?
I don't know. Even though I ended up not liking it at all towards the end, and it kind of became more of like a chore, the beginning was really, really cool doing the Union Cross 5 minutes where I was like playing through the game, and it was stuff that I had like maybe vaguely seen like once or twice, either through like Damo's channel or somebody else's. And like, I don't know, it was just cool to actually like go through it and learning all the beginning of the systems and everything. And anytime you do a pull for the first time, like pretty much anytime you do a pull period, you're getting a new shit. Like you're pretty much never getting the same shit, especially at the beginning. So every time it's just like really cool. And because I played so late, there was so much stuff.
Right.
But yeah, by the end of it, there was a lot of cool systems in the game.
Yeah.
And just doing the 5 minutes was always also fun. Just kind of going through like, I got this cool Roxas medal, or I got this really, really good Zigbar medal, or whatever, you know?
Right. Yeah, for me, Union Cross was always like, and I mean this in the best way possible, it was something that I didn't necessarily want to experience, but I knew as a Kingdom Hearts fan and as a man who runs a Kingdom Hearts podcast weekly, I had to.
Yeah.
And I guess to me that means it was important, you know? It wasn't just some shitty gacha game. It was important to a lot of people. And that's what I like about it, is that it had some importance, not necessarily to me, but to a lot of people out there. I think the gameplay's kind of meh. I think they did add some cool systems. Like it's good for like a gacha game, but it's not something I personally. I was more than content watching someone like Damo play it and show me cutscenes and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was way more content with that. I think back cover though is probably the coolest thing to come out of that. I think that's
most definitely.
It's not necessarily a movie with a plot, but it's like a cool collection.
Kind of like sets up
scenes, and Union sets Cross. Up Union Cross. And to me, that when I out of everything I experienced Union Cross, that was the coolest to me. Is those the foretellers and the intrigue with that. Hopefully they do something else like that with Union Cross. That would be cool. Now we have Dark Road, which Dark Road I have a lot more experience with because I was you did Union Cross, so Dark Road was me, right? So if they ever release another Kingdom Hearts mobile game,
I have to do it
Jason's
now. Yeah.
turn. Yeah. But Dark Road I have a lot more memories with, and this isn't a eulogy of Dark Road, I guess, because
we'll do that later.
We'll do that in September or whenever they actually release it. But,
in January.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually turn on the Sad Guy Hours music, and I'm gonna say a few words about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Just imagine we're in a nice church. You guys are all sitting in the pew. I'm standing at the podium. Behind me a casket, open casket, with a copy of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, if such a thing existed. In the casket.
A hard copy.
A hard copy. A nice little case that it's in. And allow me to say a few words. You know, I didn't know Kingdom Hearts Union Cross for a long time. But what I do know about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is that it touched a lot of people's hearts. And isn't that what it's all about? It's about connecting hearts. The heart inside yourself the heart of all worlds even. Any heart you can imagine. Union Cross touched those hearts. It gave us new characters like Brain, which I'm pretty sure is just supposed to be Brian. And Ephemer, the plucky scarf man. And Scold, everybody's waifu queen Scold. And don't forget the real forms of Marluxia and Larxene. Lorium.
Their names.
And Elrena. I knew their names. I was just pausing for dramatic effect. And of course, Sleepy Ventus. Sleepy Boy Ven. For some reason he was here. And we don't know why. And it's ended and we still don't know why. But one day we will find out. And of course, the Master of Masters. The most enigmatic. I can't talk.
You just choked up. You just choked up.
I'm verklempt.
What the fuck does that mean?
High vocab, dude, alright? And maybe, there's some people out there might say this was just a shitty gacha game. Some people might say it was a scam. Some people might say, why couldn't Global update the same time as Japan? Or why did they catch up Global to Japan just for the last update to be weeks later without announcing it? Some would even say that Square Enix themselves didn't care to update us on Global.
True.
Oh, that might be true.
All of that might be true.
But what I'm here to say is that now that it's gone, there is a moon-shaped and sized hole in all of our hearts.
True.
For
a Kingdom
Cross.
Hearts moon, obviously.
A Kingdom Hearts moon. Yeah, obviously it's a heart moon, not just a normal moon. Not one that HMK would discover.
In the Xehanort battle.
In the Xehanort battle.
He would discover it.
It's not...
like Ponce de Leon.
Regular fucking Christopher Columbus over here. It's left a hole in our hearts, Union Cross. And, we as a podcast, despite our negative slanting attitude towards most of it, we owe a lot to Union Cross. I don't think a lot of the people that listen would still listen if not for Union Cross. Our news cycles would be much slower if not for Union Cross.
Yeah.
And now, here, episode 120 of the Ansem Report podcast, we move forward without Union Cross. Yeah, sure, we can still go into theater mode and dress up our character and watch them partake in Disney antics and go to Agrabah for way too long. But it's not the same. Union Cross, you will be missed. Not by me. And not by Jason. And not by most people.
Definitely not.
But there's a small subset of people who are devastated today by this news. Union Cross, we'll see you in the final world. When we're done here. Do games die and go to heaven? I don't know.
Don't go.
I don't know if the games die and go to heaven, but if they do,
don't go.
I know that you'll be there, Union Cross. Along with Unchained and just Kingdom Hearts Key or whatever, and VCast.
In the Riku fight, that was supposed to be in Kingdom Hearts 1.
And then
In the cave.
Yeah, in the funny cave. And the Jungle Book in BBS. Thank you, Union Cross. You will be missed. Now I'm going to ask for approximately 13 plus 7 seconds of silence, starting now. haven't been counting the seconds.
Also, we can just edit this shit to be 20 seconds.
No, Jason, it has to be actual silence.
Okay. I had a thought though.
Okay, what's your thought?
I was like, okay, if there's like a Kingdom Hearts like heaven or whatever, where it's like shit fucking died and it's gone now, and like there you and it's like good shit. Even if it's like scrapped shit, there's definitely like a Kingdom Hearts hell where it's like all the cursed shit that also got canceled, like fucking Lion Sora.
Oh, you mean like when they originally wanted
yeah, like his original
Sora as a
design.
lion,
Yeah, like that shit is definitely in Kingdom Hearts fucking hell, dude, because that shit is cursed.
Or like Mickey being the main character.
Yeah, that's also in Kingdom Hearts hell.
Yeah. What else would be in Kingdom Hearts hell?
There's
got to be some good stuff down there, right?
Yeah, there's got to be something, dude. I don't know. That's already pretty cursed.
The original name of Kurt Ziza, we will never know.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll never know what his original name is.
Whoever the fuck Lingering Will is.
Yeah, and why he can wield the Keyblade. True. Who is Lingering Will, and why can he wield a Keyblade? Speaking of that, I want to shout out our friend Jip, who's the original person who said that. Jip214. He's been streaming Kingdom Hearts stuff on Twitch, and he's pretty funny.
And it's fucking cool, because it's like, we've known Jip for so fucking long. Like, it's been fucking ages of just memeing over either the podcast or on stream or in the Discord.
And now he's streaming.
And now he's streaming, dude, and it's fucking cool.
It's very cool.
It's cool. And
So-
like, tons of people from the community just coming and hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
It's just fucking fun that it's like, this thing is made it so I can just open up Twitch and then like 90% of the time there's somebody like either from the Discord or people that we met that it's like you can just go hang out with, and there's a lot of like the same names, the same faces.
It's like going to a bar where everybody you know is there, but then you also go to another bar and everybody you know is there, and then you also go to a different bar.
Yeah.
A really run down one.
Yeah. And
Named
that's
Jip
Jip
214. And yet,
And like Lego Yoda's there.
yeah, and Orpheus Joshua.
Yeah.
And Orpheus Joshua is just taking clips of everything.
Yeah, he's just the clip master.
But everybody go follow Jip214 on Twitch if you have not. He's a funny boy and we love him.
Yeah.
And just imagine while I was pushing Jip there that I was still standing at the funeral podium. And after Union Cross Eulogy, I was just like, hey, go follow Jip214 on Twitch.
And he's like stands up, waves his hand.
Hello. And people start booing him because it's a funeral.
Boo. But he's dressed like real nice. He got like a suit on. He's looking real fucking good though.
Of course he is.
He's looking quite dapper.
Jip's a classy dude.
Quite dapper. He's got like Kingdom Hearts cufflinks on.
What are they?
They're probably like the nobody symbol.
Mm.
Yeah. Looking quite dapper.
I was thinking like the heart,
that'd be good too.
you know, with the little crown on top.
Okay. Yeah.
Back
Anyway.
on track. Back on track. Dark Road. Dark Road is presumably the next set of Kingdom Hearts thing we will get, is the finishing of Dark Road in September, which is what they originally announced. But they also originally announced Union Cross was ending in April and May, and here we are in June, and it's now finally ending.
Right.
So
Probably push it back at least 2 months.
you think November then?
Probably. I'm thinking November, December, probably.
So yeah, I guess my point with this is it's gonna be a long summer for the Ansem Report podcast because
Dude, yeah, our summer vacation, it just started.
Yeah. And we're gonna have to do some stupid shit like the 7 Wonders of Twilight Town and
And one is just that we can't count.
Fucking jump on a dog that's in a burlap sack. And
that's also a nobody, and it's actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
I remember that shit legitimately like made me like, what the fuck?
You were spooked out.
Yeah, dude. When I was like 12.
But anyway, so
I was like,
bear with us as we are without the Union Cross drip feed of updates and anything else really going on in Kingdom Hearts. We might, we're gonna have some different topics to discuss. We might veer off slightly to some different things that are tangibly Kingdom Hearts related,
tangentially.
progeny.
Yeah, progeny.
We might veer off slightly to some, we're still a Kingdom Hearts podcast.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Hold on. Don't start shoving.
Yeah, hold up.
Hold on. We're not turning into a Final Fantasy X podcast or a Twin Peaks podcast. Do you know that's what they do now?
No.
They finished Final Fantasy X and they said, you know what? Fuck it. Now we're a Twin Peaks, the television show podcast.
Yes. I can see how those would. Also made by Square Enix.
So
Twin Peaks.
You know what? I didn't understand what they were doing when they did the Final Fantasy X thing. I thought it was like, are they like trying to say they're related or something? But now I get what they're doing, and it's actually kind of smart. Instead of like starting a new podcast about Twin Peaks, like ditching Got It Memorized and starting a new podcast.
Right, you still have the same audience.
Right. They're just saying, hey, this podcast is less about what it started about and more about us.
Yeah.
Which
I can respect. I think it's the jump from Kingdom Hearts to 10 is like, okay, it's made by the same company, and there's a lot of things that are like kind of similar, and I can get that. But Twin Peaks,
yeah, I don't really know.
Where is what gymnastics do I have to do to get from one to the other?
I think the idea is to make that transition smoother. What they should have done is just been like, hey, we're just a podcast about whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, we're doing an arc about Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Right. But they went straight from Final Fantasy X to Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a little weird, but I don't know. We will always be a Kingdom Hearts podcast. I want to reiterate.
Yeah.
Always. If we did anything different, we would like I've thought about like doing like a like we do the Ansem report, and then we do the secret Ansem report. And it's just like an hour of us talking about whatever we want to talk about, and maybe it's like a Patreon thing, I don't know. Let me know what you think of that in the comments, people. But I think the secret Ansem report would be pretty juiced. We could talk about.
It'd be kind of juiced, dude.
I mean, I think we'd mostly probably talk about like media, like video games, or movies, or like it's not like
I might talk about Final Fantasy 14 on it,
Right. It's not like we'd be like, now let's talk about the building collapsing in Miami. You know what I mean? It's not like we would just start talking about like real shit.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
But that's the
just games and media.
That's the
shit.
secret report podcast.
Yeah,
That's without the Ansem. Anyway, if you guys think that's a good idea, let us know. I think that'd be fun if we did that. But what I'm also worried about is like that's basically what our streams are, is we just talk about whatever. That's
true.
But I guess it would be more focused.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be the same thing.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times it's like if we're playing something and we're talking about something, you can get like very distracted by what's going on screen or whatever.
This would just be a straight hour of you and I talking at each other about God knows what.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah. We just randomly start talking about like Coheed and Cambria.
We randomly start talking about how we have to kill chaos.
Okay, yeah.
We have to take down chaos. Chaos.
We have to die to chaos like 40 times.
No, he's not really chaos.
Yeah, he's not.
Garland is not chaos.
No, he's Yozora.
Oh my God. Garland is Yozora.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then Jack is Luxord.
And that's how they meet. And then he becomes his driver.
What's his name, like Ash or something like that?
I don't. The other characters.
He's goofy.
The other characters in that were so like boring.
I don't know. The one dude, the big dude, like big juice dude, he was kind of cool. The other dude was like so fucking forgettable.
Yeah,
it was like, yo, this is what Prompto was supposed to be 10 iterations ago.
I feel like they didn't give us enough, in the demo to really know.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with the other, and you can't like control them or like. Not even necessarily like fully control them. You can't even like loosely control them at all. They just randomly do shit.
I think I don't know if they're adding that functionality, but I guess
because you can only control Jack
in the main game. In the real game, you can outfit them differently. Like you can change their class too. That's what they were saying in interviews.
Okay.
and that there's more classes and there's more party members, I guess.
Huh.
They were talking. I don't remember the interview.
That would be cool.
And if this was a Final Fantasy podcast, we'd talk more about it.
Yeah, true.
But they had this whole interview where they talked about different stuff that's going to be in the game that wasn't in the demo. So,
well, that's dope.
yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to do the question of the week. And this week's question of the week is music orientated. Therefore, we had some interesting people jump in. So maybe some pretty big music five heads jump in and say some things. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with that. Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. It's time for the question of the week.
Oh yeah.
Thank you again to Afro-Roxas for that
Fucking
really cool
so
stinger.
beautiful.
It's
So
amazing.
juiced.
It's amazing. I will use it every week till I die.
Till I die.
This week's question of the week is from Poggius Pogrius Pogjua. And he says, what is your favorite walking/battle world theme for Kingdom Hearts 3? Feel free to include why as well, smile. And then offstage tax, I don't know if he's memeing us or if he didn't read the question.
It's hard to know.
But he said, DDD, the world that never was, no contest. So, you know, DDD, famously within Kingdom Hearts 3.
Famously in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Shout out to offstage.
In a way.
Yeah. In a way.
If you think about it.
In a way, we're all Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Kyrie's bro says, quick answer for you, Toy Story for sure.
Okay.
Zombie
I don't
says,
know which one.
Yeah. Well, I think he means both.
Oh, both? Okay.
Zombie says, San Francisco is definitely mine.
Don't know which one again.
Elks,
Both.
assemble alternatively, says,
Yes.
field theme would be...
Smile.
He says, yes, smile. Field theme would be Final World. So calm and saddening and cool as fuck. Definitely a masterpiece.
Dude, like, that song puts me on some fucking existential shit, dude. I remember we were playing, like, for the first time, and I'm like, yo, everybody's fucking dead.
Right.
I'm fucking dead. And then there's, like, all the stars and everything, and then the music. I was like, this is not okay, dude. What in the hell? I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, and I fucking warped into a fucking BoJack Horseman episode. What the fuck is going on?
Alex continues, battle theme has to be Scala and Kayam. Such a banger, and thanks to Rebind for bringing it back from your cuckening that was the base game Scala LMAO. And then he says, also, come on, you clowns. He said KH3 world music, not overall series. You know what? Never mind. I should just stop trying.
Thank you, Alex.
Angel says, didn't realize it said KH3 because I cannot read LMAO. Then Happy Hair Day / Swinging Free because, again, fun to play in Mom and has one of the most seamless transitions in game. Special battle shout out to Skyward Striker because I will stand it when no one else will. Sag.
Which one is that one?
Skyward Striker. You don't know that one?
Is that Skyward Wing's new name?
Yeah. It is.
He's a Persona 5 Strikers channel.
Skyward Striker is the song that plays against like the UFO and all the or not the UFO, the big UFO.
Yeah, the big
toy,
one,
the
big
master
one.
of toys, not the little UFO. The big UFO.
Yeah.
Steph Music says, hi, my first time answering a question of the week. Thank you, Steph. My time has come. I could teach a college class on KH3 music. It's amazing.
True.
I love Happy Hair Day just because I feel it fits in the world of Corona so well. But my favorite is probably Scala Ed Kayam. Battle theme, Edge of Existence. It's such a jam and I listen to it every day. I'm also trying to learn to play it on piano. It fits the world and story nicely and makes for a great backing track.
Hell yeah.
True. Very true. Original Dreamer 06 says, fucking the battle theme when you're fighting Syax. Oh, it gets me every fucking time, mate. Like the game's like, all right, want to fight Terranor and a child, or you want to fight a berserker with kids with a fucking amazing bop? I apologize for all the screaming, but I am far too much in love with Syax's battle theme. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. Also, Syax is just dad.
He is.
So.
Father Syax. Omni says, so field theme is a tie between TT, Toy Box, Monstropolis when there's Chaos and Fire, and Keyblade Graveyard. For the sake of a solid answer, I'm going with Keyblade Graveyard. It's just so good. The drop the violin gives me the weirdest feeling of sadness ever, but it hits because it also gives a feeling of hope in the sea of dread that theme is. Not to mention the cello, bass, probably cello, with the staccato strokes that are offbeat to the violin somewhere after the drop towards the end that leads into the loop. Now for World Battle theme, I'd have to say Scala. It's not a punch in the face with intense orchestral themes and bass drops, but something simple that gets the message across that you're in some sort of danger. Also, when there's a downtime after the mostly intense part, it feels like a legitimate break in the middle of battle. Like you have to stay alert while not actively fighting anything at the moment. It's very well done. Thank you, Omni.
Thank you.
I want to warn everybody, there's going to be some like real intense music talk coming up here that I am not, as a musical plebe, I am not.
The music files, they're gonna be winning today.
Right, I am not. I might mispronounce things. I might not even understand what they're saying, but I'm gonna read it. But before
let me
that,
get my glass of wine really
before
quick.
that, we have Wildcat Diana.
Let me pour my glass of wine first.
Who says Big
yes.
Hero 6 both chilling town vibe music and techno battle music.
Oh yeah.
Lands of Master says favorite field theme, Stranded Beyond. Favorite battle theme, Edge of Existence. Oh yeah.
Okay.
SP Cat says, first of all, SP Cat in the Discord posted a picture of his right sock inside out.
He did.
So
but it doesn't prove anything.
Right. I mean, it really doesn't.
He could have just turned it inside out.
Yep.
For that one picture.
Yep. Agreed. But he says, my favorite field theme is going to have to go to the Frozen Wonderland. It fits really well. Plus, the bells remind me of Christmas, which is my favorite holiday. It gives me a nice sense of happiness there. Now for the battle music. No-brainer, tension rising, Reaper's Revenge. Arguably the best song in all of KH. I prefer the KH2 version more for nostalgia, but Reaper's Revenge feels so grand and has so many cool little instrumental pieces in the background of the main composition. If that's the right word, it's such a well-done song. Jip214 says, I absolutely adore the battle theme from Toy Box. I was literally mauling when I found out they picked a friend and fucking me over the battle theme for Mom. Like, I get they had limited time and it could only do so many songs from 3, but I don't know. Still salty.
Yeah.
I think it was less about they just didn't want to design the environments for you to go through.
Yeah, probably.
That's more what it was about. Less about...
I don't know. I think you could literally just have the exact same background, but just, you know what I mean? Like, have the cutscene thing. Just put the extra song in.
I think they wanted it to be only walking themes because it's supposed to be slower. It's like the Sora floating.
I guess, yeah.
Like none of that mode are like faster, like intense themes. They're all slower, like character themes and stuff.
That's true.
I don't think they.
I think they
could have
just put a fucking railing, like a walking railing, and just had the exact same background, and not even had like stuff in the like.
Yeah, they could have. I think people would be complaining about that though if they had done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The alternative
Can't please
does
everybody.
suck.
Tyler says the theme you hear in Scala for the 2 seconds before the 13 vessels show up.
It's a good one.
Yeah. All right, so now we have Mr. Russell himself, David Russell, the man, the myth, the legend. He heard there was a music question, and he had to jump in.
He had to dive in.
He says, Cracks Knuckles. This question of the week is right up my whole alley, too. I see you, Steph Music. Like others have said, Edge of Existence is Yoko Shimomura at her most recognizable. The track is a clear continuation of her style from all the other games, mimicking the style tracks like Deep Anxiety or Critical Dive. When it played for all the 5 seconds in Base KH3, I breathed a sigh of relief. Here's where that classic Shimomura battle music has been hiding for the whole game. Others have mentioned tracks where Shimomura was at her absolute best. The ethereal and eerie Stranded Beyond for the field theme in the final world, which gets referenced in several other tracks later on, or Happy Hair Day for Kingdom of Corona, and how Shimamura used the instrumentation to reflect Rapunzel's trepidation, or the evolutionary Graveyard Labyrinth, which took BBS's Keyblade Graveyard and elevated it to an entirely new level for KH3 with the new B section. But my pick is probably the battle theme for the Ice Labyrinth.
None of those was his pick.
Yeah, none of those were his pick. The Ice Labyrinth in Arendelle, Miracle on Ice, Eternal Winter, arranged by it's the Japanese name and I'm bad. Saiko Miyano, who also arranged several pieces for the piano collections of the KH concerts. It's such an interesting take on Shimamura's battle theme for the world, and it's done so faithfully to her compositional style while still being transformative. It's really incredible how changing instrumentation just a little bit has this profound effect. Can I also just shout out?
No!
Saikido, real quick, too. He did The Little Chef from the Bistro, which, while a short loop, is also unironically such a lovely track with a lot of interesting instrumentation while being true to traditional KH harmony patterns. I find myself coming back to listen to the piece so much. Axel feeling a little regret. Next week, do event themes so I can write for 6 hours about why Yoshitaka Suzuki's Hearts of Courage for Pirates is criminally underrated. Love you, boys. And then he also added, Discord only lets me rant for 2,000 characters. I hate this. And then Matt added, Mike might cry when he sees this LMAO. Gear Roxel says, Heroes Gathering. I believe it's played in Heroes Garage. Every time you warp back there after finishing a story beat, it just soothes the soul. Like a good soup on a chilly Sunday night.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, Gear Roxel.
Okay.
So then...
like some good ass chili, dude.
Yeah,
You maybe you go to like Wendy's and get like 2 things of chili on Tuesday. They got the chili Tuesday, and you got both of them. But you're in Heroes Garage.
Oh, Chili Tuesday?
And you don't give it to nobody, especially not Honey Lemon.
Dude, Honey Lemon can have my chili any day of the week.
Especially not Honey
Fabio
Lemon.
the Iguana says, hell yes, let's fucking go. I don't know if I will rate as much as Mr. Russell, but we'll see how this goes. Ooh, hee hee.
I just imagine because Fabio just went on this trip and like posted a million pictures in the Discord of just him drinking. So I kind of imagine him like a bit sloshed.
I think he wrote this first before he did it. I am absolutely obsessed with the music in the Monstropolis world. However, specifically, I am super into the Code 7216 versions of the field and battle themes. Well, actually, they don't really sound much like the regular versions at all, even though they share the same names in the soundtrack. For context, they were arranged by Natsumi Kamoka, who was responsible for a majority of the Dramatica album, which is quintessential required Shimamura listening, as well as the remind versions of Zemnis, Larxene, and Terra Xehanort's battle themes. Pre-KH3, Shimamura tends to lead towards sounding very romantic era, aka Rachmaninoff and...
yes. Yes.
Sorry if I'm off base here, but this is what I hear. But in KH3, the music and the Disney World's music in particular take on a lot of more complex sounds.
Yes.
More late romantic modernism styles from the early of 20th century, such as Mahler, Holst, and Debussy Ravel.
Dude.
Again, just one man's opinion, and for what it's worth, these composers and the previously mentioned ones are very much cut from the same cloth. I digress. But these themes are ones I especially feel that shift in creativity within the compositions. The field theme is the one you start hearing after you make it into the heart of the factory. It's very dramatic and harmonically very interesting. For this track, you really get a sense of Shimamura's harmonic range and the stronger sense of being risk-taking, and it's just so beautiful despite being an intense track. Not only that, but the texture of the instrumentation is very dynamic.
Yeah, the texture.
There are moments that are bombastic and tense, while also small, quiet moments that all weave in and out brilliantly. Last but not least, the track is in 5/4, which is just fucking badass.
5/4.
Give me that odd time signature, baby.
5/4.
Is this the first time we've heard 5/4 since Hollow Bastion related themes?
Dude, okay.
So Fabio started this by saying, I'm not going to write as much as David Russell, and then wrote double what he did.
Okay. No troll. 5-4 is the most juiced time signature of all time. That's all I gotta say. Juiced. Why is making a face like he doesn't agree?
I like 3-4.
Juiced.
3-4-6. Or no, not 3-4.
5.
Yeah, no, 3-4.
4.
3-4. That's like what Final Cut is in.
That's 5. No, you're thinking.
No, because it's. Or no, it's 6.
You're thinking 6-8.
6-8. Sorry, I'm thinking 6-8.
Yeah.
3-4-6-8. Whatever. It's the same idea.
No, it's not. Everyone is triggered.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm not a music man, okay? But I like 6-8 because it's created some of my favorite songs of all time, like The Final Cut, like Jaws theme Swimming,
Okay.
like The Only Exception by Paramore.
Okay.
All 6-8. Thank you.
6-8 is juiced.
Fabio continues.
I really like 5.
Then there's the battle theme, which honestly doesn't show up nearly as much as it deserves. You mostly hear it during the fights in the factory when shit is on fire and you have to fight flame cores. This track has some awesome heavy metal-esque elements. I honestly hear the A section benefiting from chugging guitars, and the atonal string section stuff on top reminds me of some gnarly guitar feedback noises and whammy bar action. But the B section, the B section is so tight. It opens up into sounding very tonal and almost heroic sounding.
Wait, this is
still Fabio.
This is still Fabio.
But my favorite element is the rhythm section, which incorporates a 3-3-2 Latin groove. Maybe
yes.
someone more familiar with Latin music can tell me what style this is. It's so out of left field, but it fucking grooves, and I'm here for it. I have teased to Mr. Requiem that I may someday want to do a prog rock cover of these two themes at some point down the road. We shall see. KH Music fucking rocks, y'all. I apologize for the long answer, but in all fairness, I hardly answered the question of the week, so I suppose I'm overdue.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you, Fabio.
You paid your dues. And some.
Cheney.
No, thank you.
Cheney answering his first question of the week here.
It's like chain
Cheney.
Chain
Cheney. Cheney. I don't know why I'm doing a South Park.
You're doing Cartman.
Cheney. Man, Cheney, answer the question of the week, man. Okay, anyway, he says, I really like Mount Olympus, probably because it's the first new field theme you hear in KH3, and I had the moment of, wow, I'm really playing KH3.
Yeah.
And in the words of Kyrie, it's so pretty. Heroes Fanfare is also a fun track, and hearing both new music and the redone Olympus Coliseum and Go For It, based on where you are in the world, was a special treat. Agreed. I like how in the game they're like, what? No fanfare? And then when it does kick in, it's like,
yeah.
Love that shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cheney. Cheney. You don't like my Cartman voice, dude?
Dude, it's just like, here we go again. Just fucking up somebody's name and then just memeing about it.
Fuck it up.
Like,
I just said Cheney.
They're like fucking with it, I guess. For like 5 minutes of the podcast again.
Nah, dude, whatever.
All right, dude. That's fine.
It's fine, dude. I just said, hey, ma'am.
I mean, it's Jenny.
Ma'am. Cheney.
Stop.
Shug says, same to a lot of the ones in this list, but the first one I thought of was the Arendelle theme. Just makes me want to dance like Pennywise the Clown, despite the world being a bleak one-color wasteland.
Oh my God.
I don't know if Shug's just talking about the real world or Arendelle.
Yeah.
Sirius
real
Black.
world.
Our friend Sirius Black says, I haven't done a question a week in a while, but I love talking about KH music, so I'm all in on this one. I'll try to keep it as short as possible. My favorite themes are Mount Olympus, The Afternoon Streets, even though I think KH version's better, and Monstropolis Now. My favorite battle themes are Anger Unchained, Monster Smash Code 72-1, No Surrender, and Replicas. My favorite data battle themes are Zigbar, Luxord, Terra Xehanort, and Shion. Honorable mentions to Dive Into the Heart, Destati, because that song is just a whole mood.
Oh, yeah.
Sunshine Dancer from Kingdom of Corona, because that song slaps once the speed increases. I'd love to play that song in Melody of Memory. Cross my fingers we get some surprise DLC for that game. 0 Hour The Chase and 0 Hour The Rescue. Both songs are great when you're driving on the highway. Question for Mike and Jason.
What the?
Who do you think would win between Yoko Shimomura and Nobuo Uematsu in a musical composer versus battle?
Oh, shit.
So, here's the thing about this.
Oh, shit.
This is an unfair question.
This is fucked.
Because this is literally like saying, like, it's like taking the top two and just being like, who's going to win? To me.
Also, it's like a little bit like... It's a little bit weird, too, because obviously we're a Kingdom Hearts podcast, right? So there's like a bit of like bias, I feel like. You know what I mean? I guess not necessarily bias, but like...
They're both so good. Like, it's hard to nitpick either of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think,
they both have insane range, too.
Well, I was going to say, I think Yoko's done more diverse stuff in her career.
Probably.
For example, early on, I mean, I found out recently she composed pretty much every track in Street Fighter 2, which is fucking nuts, dude. Those songs are, like, iconic. How did I not fucking know that? Like, what? She did fucking Guile's theme, dude? Like, what the fuck?
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? She also did stuff like Super Mario RPG and stuff like that, where Uematsu is like the king of Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, he's done Final Fantasy for such a long time. And to me, when he stopped, there was a noticeable drop-off in the quality of music for Final Fantasy. And, you know, to me, when it picked back up again is Final Fantasy 15, when, guess who did it? Yoko. So, to me, they're like... I can't pick one. They're just both so good.
I don't know Uematsu. I'm like looking at Uematsu's like all the stuff he's done.
I mean,
I'm not as familiar.
Literally every Final Fantasy.
Well, I like besides that, I don't know anything.
I mean, think of Final Fantasy 10.
Right. No, yeah.
Now, 10, he
10's
did
really
have
good.
help on certain tracks. That was the first time he actually didn't do a whole soundtrack by himself. But, dude, One Winged Angel. You know what I mean? Just say One Winged Angel to somebody.
Yeah.
And they know it. And that's him, you know?
He did Chrono Trigger.
Yep. He did not do Cross. Well, he did some. Trigger, he just helped. That Mitsuda was the main composer on Chrono Trigger. It was his first job. And Mitsuda did Cross as well. Mitsuda's.
He did the main theme for Smash Bros. Brawl.
That's the thing too. Both him and Yoko have worked a lot on Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Like, they're very similar in a lot of ways.
He did the original version of the original music for FF14. Like, they made a stipulation that's like, yo, it's like when the game first came out, not the new stuff.
Yeah, I think he was freelance at that point.
He did the stuff for 15 Comrades, though.
Oh, interesting.
And then 7 Remake, as well as with other composers as well.
7 Remake, it's more or less like they used his original. I think he helped a little bit, but he's close to retiring. He's getting up there in age. I think that there's some mobile game he did, and it's his last game that he's doing.
Huh. There's 2 that are to be announced.
Oh, really?
There's Defender's Quest 2, which he did the main theme, and then Grand Blue Fantasy.
Grand Blue's a fighting game,
which he did with somebody else, but yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and then Fantasian.
That's the game that's supposed to be his last one.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like an Apple Arcade exclusive or something.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, like, just look at the stuff before that, dude. All, like, Final Fantasy. Is just, like,
Final Fantasy everything.
6, 7, 8, 9. You know what I mean? Like, just insane, like, amount of music. But, and if you would have asked me, like, I don't know, 15 years ago, it'd be Uematsu, no problem. But Yoko's just done so much in that time that has just absolutely slapped, you know? I got. Jason's doing the research right now.
I got Yoko's up here, dude.
Well, while you do that, we have one more answer I want to read in. So
okay.
My favorite walking theme in KH3 is the Final World one. Somehow seductive and somber all at once. My favorite battle theme is Scala's in the Remind DLC. Indescribably orgasmic. Thank you, OJ.
Okay. So, like, obviously Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG.
Yep.
Every single, like, Mario and Luigi game where, like, that's in the title.
Yep.
So, like, Inside Story, Partners in Time, all that shit. And Inside Story has some bangers. I remember that shit. Every fucking Kingdom Hearts. I think shows Rise of Mana did one of the songs. Let's see here. Yeah, 15. There's just a fucking lot. Yeah, she worked on Smash Bros. Brawl, Smash Bros. Wii U, Smash Ultimate. There is just a lot.
Yeah, they've both done so much. And she's a little younger than Umetsu is, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he was like doing NES shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's been around so long.
Yeah, you definitely were a lot more limited back then with what you could do.
For sure. But he was still like, even like Final Fantasy VI, Super Nintendo chips and stuff, he was writing bangers, dude.
Yeah.
It's like absolute bangers.
Yo, you got like a couple notes that you can use.
But then
like,
she was doing it too with Street Fighter 2.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Barely different noises. She also did Xenoblade.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, to me, it's like really random that she just does all of the Mario and Luigi stuff as well.
I mean, she did Super Mario RPG, right?
Right.
So they were like, hey, they're desperate to, Nintendo's desperate to like want people to like those games in the same way they liked Super Mario RPG, and they haven't quite captured it, you know?
Yeah.
So of course they'd have her come back for that, you know?
Also, she worked on the anime High School Girl. She wins.
That's your
That's the
prerequisite.
tipping point. It was completely even, and now Yoko wins.
You know, Sirius Black, I think that's a great question. I think it's ultimately an unanswerable one. I think it's down to your personal taste. But like, I'm not. I think I'm gonna pick Umetsu because I'm an old school man.
I think I'm gonna pick Yoko.
But it's not far apart. Like you could talk me into the other any day, and I'm not gonna. If someone says Yoko, I'm not gonna get on their shit about it. You know what I mean?
To me, it's like more just about like the number of themes that I really like. Like I just feel like there's more, like especially character themes, obviously.
Part of the difference with that though is you haven't played all these Final Fantasy games to know all the other character themes that they have.
Yeah. Well, like I played most of 7, all of 8, all of 10.
Yeah, there's a lot there you're missing.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would just find it really hard for me to like those more than I do for KH, you know? Like the music is just so fucking good.
Well, it makes sense. You have less experience with Final Fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
that just makes sense.
It just yeah.
I don't think there's a right answer here, though. I really don't. I think they're both incredible.
Okay. I can't remember. I feel like I remember you saying something about it, but did somebody else write Otherworld, or did Umetsu write it?
You wrote Otherworld.
He wrote it?
I'm going to double check my facts there, but I'm pretty sure.
Because that's a fucking banger.
I'm pretty sure I've read people being like, this is what Nobuo Uematsu thinks metal music sounds like. Yeah, he composed it, and then the guy who did the vocals is named Bill Muir, and I think he helped him with it.
Shout out to Bill.
Shout out to Bill. Jason, what is your favorite world theme?
I'm thinking Kingdom of Corona. I just really like that song, and it just fits so well in that world. And I really like that world, and there's kind of like a bit of like sadness where it's like when you go through it and you're done with that world, you don't have Rapunzel in your party anymore.
Right.
It's one of those things where, hey, you get to do these things with Rapunzel, and there's those things that you can miss throughout it. And I don't know, just with the music and everything as well, it's just this adventure. And it's something that, like from the story of the movie, right, where it's the first time she's like left the tower and all that, and just like all of these first time things for her, and then it's all those things you can miss, and if you don't do them, you can't go back and do them later.
Right.
And I don't know, I just think that that's really cool, and the music really like captures that for me.
What about battle theme?
I can't decide between the Monstropolis one and the Toy Box one. I really like both. I just can't decide. I guess I'm leaning more towards the Monstropolis one because I really like that one. Especially like when you go onto the scare floor for the first time and it starts playing and you're fighting all those enemies. And then just the scream tanks that are on the side that end up just blowing out everywhere too. It's just really fucking cool.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really
I think
it just captures it a lot for me.
My favorite walking theme is Arendelle, hands down.
Yeah. I just hate that fucking world.
To me,
slider, dude.
To me, that song makes the world more bearable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I've always really liked that theme. I think it's really good.
It's really good.
As far as battle, it's got to be Toy Story to me. I think the Toy Story battle music is just hands down chef's kiss.
It's good.
My least favorite is the music that plays during Verum Rex, and I know it's just a remix of a song that's been in Cage for a long time. But now, whenever I hear that music, I get triggered.
Bad memories.
I hate that song now. Thanks, Verum Rex. Anyway, thank you everybody who answered this week's question of the week. Jason, do you have an idea for a question of the week next week?
I'm like. One of the things that came to mind, and I'm not sure how to ask it or like how to word it, but like we just got a bunch of new outfits and stuff for a lot of the cast in the like specifically I guess like Shion and Syax and Axel.
Right.
But I remember I think we were talking about it on stream or something for like just a minute, or I can't remember where it was. But I don't know. I was thinking about the armor, and especially because we've been playing BBS and shit, playing in the Mirage Arena and stuff. I think the armor is really fucking badass. So I don't know. I guess I don't know how to word it, like, because I don't want to ask just like a yes or no question. Just like, do you think it will come back? Or like, you know, I guess I just don't know how to word in a better way.
Like, do you want people to have Keyblade armor? Yes or no?
I guess, yeah. Like I don't know how else to word it.
Would you like Keyblade armor? Circle yes or no.
I guess like, okay, would you like it? Would you want it to come back? And if yes, like how? I guess I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know that there's like a. I don't know if there's like that makes for good, because like basically what we would need is people to start drawing what they'd want the armor to look like.
No, not necessarily like how it looks, like how, as in like how do they get the Keyblade armor, or like when do they have the Keyblade armor?
Okay. Here we go. As far as I know, lore-wise, it's never been like revealed where the Keyblade armor comes from.
Okay.
Where do you think the Keyblade armor comes from?
Okay.
And if it was to be given to other characters in Cage 4, how would you want it to be given to them?
Okay.
How's that?
Okay. I like that.
Yeah? So
because like you also gotta remember in Dark Road, all the dudes just fucking like
right. They all have it. I think Ericus himself makes it. And someone from Scala taught him to make it.
Okay.
And now that he's dead, no one knows how to make it. So they're not getting
Ven will remember.
I don't think Ven knew how to make it.
No, he does. He does, dude.
No. Anyway, that's question week next week.
They're going to turn him into the Cid.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. I will just say one last sad thing. Rip to all of the Dante, Lloyd, and Shantae believers in Smash. Y'all are me costumes now. And Dragonborn. Sorry, and the Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn, yeah.
Y'all are me costumes now, but you know who's not? Sora. He still lives. It's still possible.
Please.
People were sick about Dante, dude. They were absolutely sick. And it's like, go play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you fucks.
Yeah.
He's in that. Go
Yes.
play Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Or use the Mii Fighter.
Dante would be dope.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been cool in Smash.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's so many people that would be dope in
any
Smash.
character would be cool in Smash, guys. Literally any character except the Fire Emblem character would be cool in Smash. But even a Fire Emblem character would be cool in Smash. Anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching. We will see you next week for episode 121. Jason, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Thank you.
Fuck off.